Kevin was so excited, he held the box carefully in his hands. His eyes were glued to the beautiful antique signet ring in the box. It had an ancient aura, and he couldn't take his eyes off of it. "I'm glad to have found you again, my friends. Thank you so much. Let's have a toast." They stayed up and chatted well into the night. Because it was so late and they were in no shape to drive home, Gilbert arranged for them to sleep in the Chartreuse Mills VIP suite. And when he woke up the next morning, Kevin didn't head home. Instead, he went straight to his office at Williams Media. After resting on the sofa in his office for a while, Kevin began wondering if he should send a message to Lily. Just then, his phone rang. Kevin saw that it was his mother-in-law, Dorothy. "Hello, Mom." "I understand. You haven't seen each other in a long time, so you must have had a lot to talk about. By the way, didn't I ask you to bring your parents here for a physical? It just so happens that I have nothing to do for the next couple of days. How about tomorrow?" When he heard her bring the subject up again, Kevin frowned. He really didn't want his parents involved in all of this. "How about this? After I bring my parents here tomorrow, I'll pick up you and Lily to go and get another checkup to see what the problem is." Dorothy was unhappy to hear this and was about to object, but Kevin didn't give her a chance. "Then it's decided. Let's go and get the physical together, all of us. But I have to hang up now, Mom. I still have something to do. Talk to you later." After Kevin hung up, he put down his phone and was about to rest for a while when someone knocked on his office door. Miss Wilson walked in wearing a light blue professional suit and shoes. "Sir, Jason from the Jones family is here. He wants to sign the packaging contract for Brittany's debut with us. What do you think we should do?" "He's here pretty early. Don't worry about him right now. Please contact the Jones family directly. Let them know that, since they've ignored my previous instructions, our agreement with them will be voided if they send him here again. If they want to continue to work with us, then they must ensure that all corporate matters will be handled by Lily and Lily alone. Otherwise, we have nothing to talk about." In the old Jones family mansion, the key players of the family were sitting in the living room trying to figure out how to handle all of this. "We need to make a long-term plan. After all, if they want to cancel our agreement, we won't have a chance in court. If that happens, we'll be the ones to suffer." Grandma Jones was absolutely right. Williams Media was far more powerful than they were. The Jones family had to give in, so Jason's cousin Matilda Jones was chosen to replace Jason. They all wanted her to take Lily's place and go to Williams Media the next day. While this was going on, Kevin spent half a day at his office and then rode home on the new electric scooter that Miss Wilson had bought for him. "Damn it!" Dorothy groaned. Seeing that Kevin hadn't responded to her, Dorothy kicked off her dress shoes and stomped across the room to sit down next to Lily. Lily gave her a puzzled look. "What's wrong? You look like you're mad at someone." "Kevin told me that he wanted to do a checkup along with everyone else. What did he mean by that? Does he think the problem is with me?" Mom, can you not rush things? I have so much going on right now. How could I possibly think about having a baby in the middle of this train wreck?" "You're still not in a hurry? You've been married for over 2 years. The in vitro's already failed 3 or 4 times and you're not in a hurry?" "Let's not talk about this right now." After eating and then cleaning up, Lily lay down on the bed. Kevin, who was doing some stretches on the floor, turned on his side and used his hand to support his head while he stared at her beautiful side profile. "Lily, if Grandma Jones calls you tomorrow and she asks you to talk about the deal with Williams Media, don't agree with her right away. Just let her wait." Kevin didn't worry about Lily's impatient tone. After saying that, he went to bed and quickly fell asleep. The next day after Lily left for work, Kevin headed over to his office at Williams Media. Miss Wilson knocked on the door and walked in. "Mr. President, the Jones family has sent someone over to discuss their arrangement with us. It's a woman named Matilda Jones. Please ask her to leave." When Matilda returned to Grandma Jones, her grandmother was really pissed off at the news, but she reluctantly agreed that it was time to call Lily. "Sorry, Grandma, since you already handed this over to Jason, I feel that it's not right for you to make a sudden change in the middle of negotiations." Lily hung up the phone abruptly. Dorothy looked at her daughter in disbelief. On the other side of town, Kevin arrived at the Whistler Hotel and was happy to see that Cook already had a table full of food waiting for him. Kevin smiled as Cook opened the silver lid and took out a small velvet box. He was acting very mysterious. Cook quietly put the box in front of Kevin. "I prepared this especially for you. It's a valuable item that I've kept for almost 4 years now." Kevin finished lunch. He checked in with his office, but they didn't have any work lined up for him, so he headed home. When he got there, he took a shower and put on some more casual clothes. Then he pulled Cook's gift out of his pocket. In the middle of the velvet box was a pill the size of a small marble. He placed it in his mouth and reached for a glass of water to help him swallow it. Before Kevin could drink the water, the pill seemed to melt in his mouth, and then it flowed down his throat. He suddenly felt a sharp pain in his abdomen. Then his whole body felt like ice. It reminded him of that time one of his friends had convinced him to jump into Lake Michigan with his polar bear club one cold winter day. Then his eyes rolled up in his head, and he fainted. When Kevin opened his eyes again, it was almost dusk. What's that horrible smell? The funk was almost enough to knock him out again. Kevin got up off the floor and discovered that the smell seemed to come from his own body. His entire body was covered with some sticky yellow liquid. Kevin sprinted to the bathroom to take a shower. He gave the house a quick cleaning and sprayed the air with an entire can of freshener. It seemed impossible to get the stink out of the room, especially the spot where he'd fainted. "I can't believe someone told Mitch that this would help me. So far, it's given me an intense pain in my gut, knocked me out, and made me smell like an outhouse on a hot July day. Are there any more fun side effects?" Kevin kept muttering to himself as he cleaned the room furiously. Just as he finished, Lily and Dorothy came home. She gave Kevin a subtle tug on his sleeve and motioned for him to go to the bedroom with her. "It's Grandma Jones's birthday the day after tomorrow, so you have 2 days to try and find something nice, and nothing cheap or tacky. Please don't embarrass me in front of my family again." When Lily told him this, Kevin remembered that he and Grandma Jones shared the same birthday. But usually everybody spent so much time fawning over Grandma that they forgot about him, so he wasn't much in the mood to celebrate. He nodded in agreement. "Don't worry, I'll remember it, and I'll find her something nice." "Thanks," Lily replied. Grandma Jones's birthday bash was held at Chez Robin, one of the finest restaurants in Chicago. Lily sat next to her mother and saved a seat for her husband. For the past 2 days, she'd asked Kevin over and over what he planned to get for her grandmother, but he insisted that he wanted to keep it a secret. When Kevin finally arrived, Lily saw that he was holding a simple gift bag like you find in a drugstore. This sure ticked her off. When Kevin sat down at the table, Dorothy frowned and stared at the gift bag he was holding. "You could have at least had it wrapped. I hope the gift you picked out is presentable." I didn't have time to wrap it, but the wrapping isn't important. It's what's in the bag that counts." He started to lean toward Lily, offering the bag to show what was inside, but she put her hand out and stopped him. She wasn't interested in finding out right now. "I don't want to know. Later, when everyone is giving Grandma her presents, you can take advantage of the confusion and just stuff it into the pile so we're not embarrassed in front of my family. Again." "All right," he said. "Whatever you say." Everyone had already started to give their gifts to Grandma Jones, who was seated on the dais at the front of the room. They were all secretly competing with each other to see who would give the most valuable or rare gift to Grandma Jones. So far, the best presents were the beautiful diamond brooch that Matilda gave Grandma, as well as the antique Victorian bust that Jason had presented to her. Just then, someone walked up to Grandma Jones and announced, "Grandma, Bradley Smith is here." "Happy birthday, Grandma Jones. I wish you health, wealth, and happiness. I'm sorry that I'm a little late. The Dan Ryan Expressway was backed up with the construction traffic. Please forgive me." Grandma Jones knew that Bradley had always been interested in Lily. If only she had been able to match them up a few years ago. But instead she had married that failure Kevin. "Oh, I understand. I know you have a busy schedule. It's very considerate of you to come to my party. Actually, I'm not just here for your birthday. There's something else. Grandma Jones, I want to ask your blessing to marry Lily." Bradley, you do realize that Lily is married, doesn't that bother you? Grandma, I'd like to ask Lily to be my wife. You know I've always seen you as my very own Grandma. Please say yes. The whole time he was saying this, Bradley was acting like Kevin wasn't even there. Finally, Kevin had had enough of this. He stood up from his chair and yelled, "Stop! What the hell is wrong with you?"
Hi, Kevin here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Insta Empire now with the link in the description.